With 85, the deep ball for Darius Prince, and Philadelphia's on the board first.
On the draw, this is Bryson Allen. And Allen weaving his way all the way down to the 22.
10-yard line, 5. Mayfield, Dancy, all around. Throw it as far as he can throw it. Jump ball coming. Crazy stuff. Not this time.
And you want to be a wide receiver, you're going to have to take a little bit of a hit like that as Brown got him in that shoulder, but watch. Those are teeth.
Do we have a dentist on staff here?
All right, everybody joining us, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm joined by a man who has graced the AIF, AAL, CIF, AWFC, and now the AFL with his presence. He's a linebacker, a fullback, or a pass rusher at any given moment and brings veteran leadership to every locker room along the way. Ricky, how are you doing this morning? Can you hear me okay, buddy? Uh-oh. All of a sudden, I cannot hear you, man.
Am I here?
Okay.
I'm here. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that. So how are you doing this morning, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. How about you?
I can't complain at all. Thank you
Yeah, I
for
can hear you
joining me
clear,
today.
yes.
I appreciate it. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. I mean, you're one of many
you hear me?
veterans who have taken your talent to the. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So you're one of many
Okay.
veterans who have taken your talents to the Arena Football League for the 2024 season. You've played your fair share of
Okay.
indoor and arena football. What brings you back to Wichita in 2024?
What brings you back to Wichita is the love of the fans, the camaraderie with the team, my teammates, just how the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It was all love. Like when I left Topeka and I came in, they welcomed me with open arms, and that's why I played how I played how I played last season. I was comfortable. The ownership is A1. I mean, I love them guys, man. They took care of me. They made sure I was straight. So I wouldn't want to go nowhere else but Wichita.
Very nice. I'm glad to hear that. It's always nice to hear that players are coming back because they were treated the right way. Obviously I expected that, but definitely always nice to hear it. So I'm curious that, you've experienced multiple different football leagues throughout your career at this point. What are your thoughts about the AFL so far?
I can't hear you. Repeat that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm curious what your thoughts on the AFL are so far, given that you've kind of experienced multiple different leagues throughout your career.
So my thoughts about it is I feel like it's gonna be great. It's rebooting, so you have to give it time. New things don't happen overnight, so you can't shut it down before it starts up. Um, I'm behind it 100%. I've been to a bunch of leagues that've been running for a long time that was piss poor, so just give it a shot. Um, that's all I ask. Because there's a lot of us that sign, and if it don't work, we're out of a season. But we're looking at the upside of it. We're not looking bad or looking down on it. I'm just ready to ball for real, to be honest.
I definitely can agree with that, and I think your sentiment there is great. I think a lot of people are dooming this league before they ever give it a chance. And it's kind of bizarre to see, because at the end of the day, I think we should all be rooting for everybody to succeed, because we're talking about somewhere in the range of 400 players, as well as 50 coaches roughly. So, we should not, none of us should be rooting for these guys to be out of a job in 2024. So let's all hope the AFL succeeds. And, moving on to the next question. You played in Wichita last season under another coach. In 2024, they've hired Clinton Solomon as their new head coach in Wichita. What are your thoughts on Coach Solomon so far?
Oh man, where do I begin with that? Clinton Solomon is to me the GOAT. When I first met him, it was in the CIF. He was the wide receiver for the what's the team he played for? Oh man, Revolution, Texas Revolution. I was with the Syntax Cavalry. He had Superman socks on with the cape on it, and they was calling him Superman. So that's when I first met him. But as a teammate last season, he played with me. So he's awesome. Like in the locker room, he's chilled. He don't talk much, but he get busy. You know what I'm saying? He about his business. Like he don't do all the talking, the jaw jabbing. He do it on the field. You know. But as a coach, I feel like it's gonna be cool. I mean, because he's got a lot of awards and a lot of championships, and that's what he's bringing to the table. The knowledge of the game, and I'm ready for it.
Speaking of the knowledge of the game, that's one of the assets you bring to every team. You've obviously played a long time at this point. You've experienced a lot of different things, and your veteran ability shows up on the field. So I'm curious, is there a future in coaching for you as well?
Yes, I've been thinking about it. I wanted to coach this season, but with me going to the AFL, I wanted to give it at least one season, one shot, because this is what I've been playing for, to get to this league. I was praying and hoping out of all my years playing that this league would come back, and it has. So I'm gonna give it one shot. After that, yeah, I'll probably do some coaching. If not 14U arena, I'll probably go back to my high school and try to coach. I'm gonna do something with the kids.
I love that. I love that a lot. So, I mean, speaking of which, like I said, you've been playing for quite a while at this point. You began your career back in 2010 with the Virginia Knights. How did the opportunity with the Knights come about for you back then? Sorry, did you catch that?
I can't hear you. It's froze. I didn't. It froze on me.
Okay, gotcha. So back in 2010, you played with the Virginia Knights. How did that opportunity come about, and how were you immediately able to kind of parlay that into a professional contract?
Um, well, when I started with the Virginia Knights, that was developmental. It wasn't paid. It was inside of a soccer dome. So I started semi-pro, and then I made a highlight tape of semi-pro, and I sent it to all teams that I knew about arena. The Knights picked it up out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. That's when I started my arena career. But it really wasn't arena, but I was learning the game. I sat back and I listened to the vets coach me up and tell me everything I needed to know. And shout out to Adora Dolls for believing in me, Coach Dolls. That's who gave me my shot. But my first professional was with the York Capitals. Matthew Steeple gave me a shot at that. So them two guys, I big up to them, and they taught me everything I know, and I've been going ever since. I still stay in touch with them guys too, man. They still my mentors.
That's awesome. I like that a lot. So is there any advice you can give to players trying to make that leap from the semi-pro to the professional level?
Yeah, man, never give up. Just because one team shut you down don't mean it's over. Don't go into it looking for the money. It's not about the money. It's about the next level. Where can you go? The money gonna come. You just gotta show up and show out. Um, if you're coming from semi-pro, you have to start at a low level. It's gonna take some time unless you go up there and handle your business. Go to trials. I mean, go to trials. I seen guys get signed at trials. Um, People be like, I don't need to trial. I'm just good. No, sometimes you got to trial and show the coach. We want to see you firsthand and go to trials. You know, that's all I can give. And if you make it, just listen to the older guys, man. They not telling you nothing wrong. Just listen to them. The vets, as myself. I'm not gonna tell you nothing wrong. I'm gonna give you the game and let you know what it is and how it is.
That's great advice. This seems like a perfectly good time to play your highlights, and we can keep talking. So here are your most recent highlights, which you let me know are a couple years back because you're at a point in your career where you really don't need to send teams highlight films anymore. They kind of know who you are. So talk to me about your time with the York Capitals. You said that was a very, very, obviously important step in your career because it was your first professional contract. But I mean, how did it all come about? And what did the season, or how did the season go for you?
It came about because the head coach that they had hired was Matthew Steeple. Um, we when I played with the Knights, that was his developmental league. So we played against him and a bunch of teams around Maryland. We A lot of guys on my team. We was good. I mean, he gave I think six to eight of us contracts, and that's why I learned my lesson. I was young and I was getting frustrated because I only played one game out of, let's say, what, 12, 13 games. So I didn't get too upset to where I left. I stayed and I listened to the veterans. They was telling me, don't worry about playing. You just need to learn the game. So when you learn the game and you get on the field, you do what you got to do so you don't come off the field. And that's what I did. That's why my rookie season was my learning season. I only played one game out of the whole season. So yeah.
Gotcha. Excuse me. I wanted you to speak on the adaptation period it took you to kind of learn the game and feel comfortable indoors. I know it seems to take guys at least, a couple games before they feel comfortable playing indoors. How long did it take for you? And is there any advice that you can lend to players on that?
It really didn't take me long because I had great coaches. They actually broke it down to me and made it simple. Because the position I play is Matt. All I do is blitz every play. So I third the running back and try to get the quarterback. The hardest thing for me was when I had to learn how to play jack. They only go wall to wall, extending 5 yards. That was hard for me because I ain't know which side to go to when the man was coming in high motion. So that was the hardest thing, playing jack. But when I learned it, it came. It was second nature. It was real easy. You know, it was very easy. And like once you adapt it and get the concept of it, it's easy. It's a no brainer. I mean, yeah, it's a no brainer. I mean, it's fun, man. I love it. I love playing Mac because I get the blitz every play. I like contact, so that's
Gotcha.
why that's why I play Mac. That's why I love.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're not shying away from playing any fullback where you're going to be doing a lot of pass blocking then either.
Oh no, 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 no. Because last season with the regulators, I had to step in for the offense. I was blocking. I was on the line. I was blocking for about a couple games. I had to step in a couple games, so I'm not shy. I'm not shy at all. I feel like I give my quarterback 2 to 3 seconds. I did my job.
I would agree. I would agree. If you haven't gotten the ball off in 3 seconds in the indoor game, something's seriously wrong. You've got a defender in your
Right.
face or something. So, um, after you ended up playing for the York Capitals, you ended up playing for the East Texas Timber Rattlers. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I've actually never really heard
Man,
of that team.
it was a East Texas league. No, it was a Mexico league. With the Lagartos. Um, we end up doing well. We went to Tampico, Mexico, to play the Lagartos in the championship, where we lost by a touchdown. But that was a bad experience team wise. We wasn't treated well at all. We wasn't being fed. We had to scramble up as brothers to make sure each one of us ate. So it's like 10 of us in one house, like a dorm, like a whole. It's like twin beds, 12 to 20 twin beds, and all of us sleeping in one room with one bathroom. We had people come and cut water off, and like we was really struggling, but we vowed to stick it out because it was gonna be a bigger picture. And I said, this what we're going through is gonna make us dogs on the field. It's gonna make us dogs on the field. Like, we take all this stuff we're going through and unleash it on the field, and that's what we did. Nobody wanted to play us. Nobody wanted to play us.
That's interesting. I mean, it's obviously not a good situation when stuff like that happens, but I like that you guys kind of took that and spun it into a learning experience. And it sounds like you've taken that everywhere, every stop since, because you're talking about researching teams that you sign with and stuff like that prior to it. So it sounds like that kind of really affected your career for the long term in a good manner.
Yeah.
So after a little bit of a hiatus, you ended up returning to football. What led you back to the football field?
Oh man, the love of the game, man. It's the passion I have. Like, I eat, sleep, breathe football. I just couldn't walk away like that. Because I ain't want to have that what if in the back of my mind. So I stepped back out there and I gave it another shot. I feel like one bad apple can't ruin the tree.
Absolutely, and I would agree. So after a while away, you end up with the Florida Tarpons of the American Arena League. What was your experience like in the AAL?
Um, well, when I first started in the AAL, it was with the I think the Winston Wildcats. Then
Oh
I
yeah,
left
that's right. I
and went
apologize.
to then I yeah, then I went to the Austin Wild in Texas. Then when I got released from Austin, that's when I went to the Tarpons. But the AAL, when it first started, it was pretty cool. It was okay until, like, the league. So, like, some of the league owners, they want money so bad they don't look into the teams they're letting in the league. So it was a couple teams that shouldn't been there, like arena wise, and you know what I'm saying, just stuff like that. Bad self.
Definitely understand that. There's been our fair share of leagues that have done that recently. What was your time like with the Tarpons? I mean, how did they treat you? Was that overall a good experience?
Let me see where. Hey, look, hey, the Tarpon was pretty good, man. I only played like 1 or 2 games with them, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Lakeland, Florida is a nice place to be. But I can't really say because I only played like 1 or 2 games, and by that time, they was on a downhill, but we still had Chris Wallace at quarterback, and one of the great quarterbacks that ever played for the Tarpons. But that's all I can speak about it. It was pretty cool. A couple times I met a few brothers that I still talk to and play with at this date, this current right now. Especially Reggie Ellis, man. Oh man, wide receiver. Oh man, tiny Mike, but he's different. He's like 5'11", but 6'4" at heart. That's my guy.
I love that. Sometimes it's all about the mentality. So I'm kind of curious. You end up, fast forward a couple years, and you end up in the AWFC. What was your opportunity like with the AWFC? And remind me which team you played with.
Oh yeah. When I went over there, the league that the Idaho Horsemen was in, I was with the Reno Express in Reno, Nevada. When I got there, um, I went straight to my hotel room. I guess they were kind of not, I ain't say desperate for players, but the coach gave me a shot because I had hit them up before the season started. And they overlooked me, but they end up sending me a contract, and I caught a flight from Boston to Reno. When I got there, it was pretty cool. That was my first year ever stepping in to play center. Um, I played center for about 4 or 5 games, but with me playing center, we went to the championship. We lost to the Idaho Horsemen, so I felt like I accomplished a lot. I stepped in where the team needed me and took us to the ship.
Out of curiosity, how much did you weigh while you were playing center at the time?
Oh man, I was not even. Well, I was like 240. Yeah, I was
I was gonna
240.
say, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but you're not exactly a big guy. You're not an offensive lineman by any stretch. So to hear that you played center on a championship team is kind of interesting.
Yeah, right, man. It was awesome. Though. I love the experience. I mean, it's not the
Absolutely.
size. It's you know,
Isn't that the truth? Like you just spoke about a minute ago with, was it Reggie Ellis?
yeah.
So fast forward a couple more years, and last season you end up starting the season with Topeka. You were, man, I can't even remember. It was Tyus Jackson that was the coach there, correct?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So what was your
Oh
experience
man.
like beginning with Topeka?
The experience when I first got there was pretty cool. Everything was running smooth, but it's like some teams and coaches get players that they don't know what to do with them. We had a nice squad, we had a nice team, but when you get so many great players, you don't know what to do, so you just messing up. Not saying he was messing up, but as a coach, we listening to you, but as players, the coach should also listen to us and what we're telling them. Try this, try that, try this. You know, that's what happened in Topeka. I feel like when you don't win a game, it ain't the players, man. It's the coaching and the play calling. Or if something don't work, you got to switch it up. You got to switch it up. Not talking bad about Coach Tyus. He's a good guy. He gave me an opportunity, and I appreciate that. But I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't sugarcoat nothing. If it's the players, okay, you cut them. It's a business. But if we playing 2 and 3 games and we can't win because you making substitutions that shouldn't be made, who fault is that? It's not the players. We running the plays you calling. We getting scored on. You know, it ain't us. We're doing what you coach us to do. So you know, but good luck to him and the Hour Rampage because he's the head coach there right now.
You're 100% correct. So I'm kind of curious. I mean, at some point you're going to have to play Iowa. Is there any sort of bad blood there or anything like that? I mean, do you want to kind of hand him a loss, or is it all love between you two?
Man, I mean, it's all love, but when we on that field, I'm going. It's business. I'm going to get that W. Ain't no friends when I'm on that field. When I walk into an arena with my team, it ain't no friends. We're not friends. You got a different color uniform on, different color. We're not cool. After the game, yeah, we're cool. When the clock hit zero, we're good. We're back normal.
I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm kind of curious. I mean, is there any team that you've kind of looked at the schedule and circled that you just can't wait to face, other than potentially Iowa?
Solana Liberty. Um, that was my first game last season in the CIF. Yeah, with Topeka. I was put in the position where my nose guard was an offensive lineman, so he didn't know what to do. So they was running the read. The center was getting to the second level, and I had to make a choice. So if I stepped left on the center, the running back go right. If I step right, he go left. So they was eating it up, and I just need a nose guard that would ride the center out, make the running back cut back to me. Don't make me have to fight the center. Let me face the running back one on one. He cut back. Let me scrape behind you. If I can get that, yeah. Brooks, number 2 for the Solana running back. I love him to death, but I owe him.
That's completely fair. Brooks is a hell of a back. I mean, as you know, facing him last season. So I'm excited to see what role he plays this season, because if I'm not mistaken, he's not really your traditional fit at AFL fullback.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, he's not. But I feel like I said, the heart is all heart. That's all I can say. I mean, they re-signed him, so he's gonna be back there. They probably don't. They probably take him out for pass blocking or something, but it depends. But we'll see. I'm just ready for it though.
I agree. It's going to be interesting to see how a lot of these teams approach it. As we all know, the AFL rules are different than traditional indoor football rules. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of an adaptation period for some of the players that are now asked to play a little bit different roles. But basically, I mean, I've got a couple more questions for you, and then we can get you out of here today. What's your ultimate goal for your career? I mean, obviously, we've talked about it. You've played in multiple championship games. You've kind of accomplished, in my eyes, just about everything you could possibly want to accomplish as a player. What's left for you?
Oh man, what's left for me, man? After this season, just getting my boys ready for football. My oldest is already in college. He's playing the same position, linebacker. I'm gonna put my time into them after this season. I owe it to them because they stuck behind me all these years and supported me. So it's my turn to support them now. So that's what's next for me. Giving back to the community. Like I said, helping these young kids, giving them knowledge of football, getting them ready and prepared for high school as well. Just trying to give back to the kids, man. That's what's next for me.
Absolutely. Your oldest is in college?
Yes.
That
Man, you wouldn't believe how old I am.
I was gonna say maybe like 35, but that can't be right if you've got a kid in college.
Man, I'm 40.
You only got a few years on me, man. I'm 34, so I'm right
Right.
behind you.
Okay.
Where does your kid attend, if you don't mind me asking?
Auburn University in Salisbury, North Carolina, down the street from Livingstone
Gotcha. Very
in
nice.
Raleigh.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. You cut out.
I said it's 45 minutes from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Gotcha. Very nice. And you said he's playing linebacker?
Yep.
Awesome. Maybe we'll have to try and get him on here for an interview as well. Give him a little bit of shine as well. So, I mean, obviously, we kind of talked about, maybe you step into coaching after your football career. Is that a situation where you see yourself, potentially in, running your own arena football team at some point, or is it a situation where you're looking at outdoor football coaching?
I would love to do indoor coaching. I would love to do indoor. That's a big goal of mine, to be honest. To coach indoor, to give the guys the knowledge that I know. Especially the young guys. Like every kid to go to college is not going to the NFL, so I want to get them prepared for the CFL or UFL or the XFL, things of that nature. That's what I want to do. Yeah. So if I coach arena, that's what I would like try to tell my young guys, man.
I like that. So I guess my final question to you, man, it's totally just slipped my mind as I was sitting here listening to your answer. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we get out of here? Maybe I can think of my question while you're talking.
Not really. The only thing I got left is mount up and regulators. Put your 3D glasses on because we're coming straight at you. That's it.
I love that. Blast from the past a little bit. Some of the guys on the team might not even be old enough to remember 3D glasses. But thank you so much, Ricky, for joining us today. It's been a blast talking about your career. I mean, you've got a tremendous wealth of experience. You've played multiple different leagues that you can lend us a lot of different expertise that some players just simply can't. So it was kind of interesting to hear about the different experiences you've had along the way. And I really appreciate you taking the time to come talk to us today.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you guys at Shady Sports, man. It's an honor,
Well, trust me, this is far from the last time, especially if this might be your last season playing. We'll have to get you on again. And then, as you transition in your coaching, that'll definitely still be a platform that you can come back to anytime you want. So I really enjoyed talking to you, and definitely stay in touch, and hopefully we can get you back on during the season. Is there anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here?
Yeah, I do, man. I appreciate it. You have a good day.
Absolutely. And real quick,
Man,
is there anybody? Sorry, go ahead.
The whole regulator organization. I want to shout out all of them guys and the guys that's playing on other teams, man. All the guys that know me that I played with. I love you guys. I hope y'all have a amazing season. Full throttle, man. Let's go. Y'all know how we do.
That seems like a perfectly good note to end this one on. Thank you again, Ricky, for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
I'm a game changer.